Hey guys, it's Benicio here. Today I'm going to address a comment, one of the only comments that I got, but it was a good source of discussion, I think. It was by user Fell Trees, and he stated rather, you can escape the black pill, but can you become socially viable is the question. People only end up here because they had zero social value to begin with. I have a Chad brother who is so blue-pilled he's never even heard the term incel. My point being that it seems like it's hard to even imagine what truly escaping is when even knowing about these ideas seems to be the issue. I think this is a really good starting point for discourse because I want this channel to remain as authentic as it possibly can. And part of that authenticity, I think, is to recognize my own biases towards my experiences and issues. One of the main ones being, I could even speak for Zarek for this part. We were never true cell, so we were never even in cell. So we've had relationships, and that I think is a big difference in our life experiences as compared to the majority of the black pill community. Because while it was hard for us, we still had it. So our views are definitely skewed more towards it is possible. And Feltrees brings up a good point of he's talking about social viability, which I have the exact definition here: living or preferring to live in a community rather than alone. And I think that this is a good point because if you watch sort of black pill content, you could sort of get the picture that people who are in this community are not socially good, and it kind of ties into everything else because obviously if you look good you feel good, and if you feel good you get compliments, and if you look good you get compliments, and it's sort of a positive reinforcement, whereas if you're the opposite of all of it, you sort of get the opposite response. And I'm assuming this is a he says that he also has a Chad brother who is blue-pilled, and they can be blue-pilled because they've never had to be anything else. So when I was texting Zarek over this, he brought up a good point. He said something along the lines of, were we even in the black pill, or did we simply just believe it and not live it? And I think this is what's different from us and the majority of the community, is that we could recognize the truth, but we were never true cell. So we never had that struggle. Rather, we were more of the Icarus. We got tastes of relationships, and then they went away, so we knew the feeling, which hurts in its own way. But for Fell Trees, I will say, for the last part, it seems like it's hard to even imagine what truly escaping is. Even knowing about these ideas seems to be the issue. And I feel like that correlates to the negative echo chamber reinforcement that is attributed with the black pill community. It's mainly negative reinforcement, but not saying that what you're going through isn't real, because something that a lot of these channels don't tell you is that nobody's been in your shoes, so no one knows what it's really like to be you or go through what you're going through. So that's one of the fallacies I bring up about the black pill. I believe a lot of things are too generalized, but I can't say to you the light pill isn't a cope with saying everything's gonna be okay. it's simply just to counteract the claim of it's over. No one knows but you, through your own life experiences. But I would say this. I would say you have access to a community, and my goal with this channel is to try and create a positive reinforcement on this other side of the community, because a lot of people in this realm are just negative. So we're going to counteract that with positive mindset. Not we're not gonna lie though, you know, not the red pill lie of everyone's gonna make it. I don't know if you're gonna make it, you know, to be honest. I don't know what you look like. But I do have hope that you could at least make friends and that we could make this community, because while people aren't going through exactly what you're going through, there's people who need backup. We need each other. We need to build this community. So stay tuned for my next video, in which I believe it addresses actually part of your first claim about being socially valuable, basically, and viable as a person. Me and Zarek made our pie chart breakdown for real long-term relationships, and 40% of that pie chart is provision and 60% is looks. We'll get deeper into this in a different video, but I believe that social aspect is part of the provision part. So stay tuned for that. But fell trees, it's not over. It only began.